I really have to say that I'm heartbroken, and I don't know. I really don't know how to feel right now.
Welcome to another episode of the Winfrey Affair. This is Dono.
It's C.
And we are here with an special episode. This is just our statements, our comments regarding everything that's just happened over the last 2 months. Especially while we've been quarantining. We've been hearing a lot of things, not just with COVID-19. For the families who have lost, out on that, our prayers are with you. Our concerns are also with you as well. But we're also here to address, to talk about the Black Lives Matter.
Right. And
we just want to give our take on it and really just make our stance well known. And we're just going to try to maximize our platform that we have, right, and be able to voice up and speak up against the systemic problems that we have in our everyday life, right, as us being part of the minority groups, and really just go from there. Talk about the systemic racism. We could talk about just how it, just like I said, how it affects everyday life, and just really just not just saying like, you know, we just want change at the end of the day. At this point, we just want change, and I'm gonna just hand it over to my wife, and we just gonna work it out right there.
I think that we all are feeling the totality of not only just George Floyd's death, but every name, every hashtag, Breonna Taylor, Jashawn Reed, all of these names that have been hashtags for the past, I don't know, 10 years. I don't know. It's just every day it's something new with either a black man or a black woman. And I think at this point, I think we all are feeling the fatigue of it all, you know? Like, we're just tired of it. Like, I don't know how much longer us as black people can continue to remain sane in all of this. Yeah. Because in all honesty, I know I'm tired of hearing it. I mean, literally since everything has happened, I've just been feeling exhausted. I've been feeling fatigued. I've just been feeling restless. Like I've not been able to get a good night's sleep.
Right.
And it's tiring. It's legit. It like takes almost everything that you have out of your body, and it just leaves you at this state of depletion. Like I am depleted because I'm just so sick of always turning on the news, always getting on Facebook, always getting on Instagram, and it's something with a black man or a black woman and police brutality or the civil arrest, and you just go out of your way and decide to just randomly kill a black person who wasn't doing anything.
Just jogging.
You know?
Yeah.
Like it's exhausting.
It is.
And it breaks my heart that, I think what breaks my heart even more is that these are people who are, they're somebody's son, they're somebody's daughter, they're somebody's uncle, their father, their mother. These are lives, these are humans, these are legit souls that have been taken for reckless, unnecessary reasoning, you know? And it's aggravating, it's irritating. It's
really
like,
is.
How much more do we have to do? How many protests do we have to do? You know, how many times do we have to keep sitting here making these posts online? And I'm not saying that what we all are doing as a black community now is wrong, because no, you see the change that's happening.
Right.
But it's just like, how much more? When will it stop?
We need law changes.
We need changes now.
Yeah.
We don't need things to be talked about. We need the change now. Because here's the thing, we have black girls and black boys growing up, and what are they coming into?
Right.
Me and my husband had to sit down and have that conversation. What type of world are we bringing our kids into?
Yeah.
No, because we're at that point in life where we want to have more children.
Right.
What are we bringing them into?
Yeah. It's like what can you tell your sons when you're stopped by a police officer?
Or even your
daughters.
daughters.
Or your
know?
daughters, like, you know, tell them to respectfully keep your hands on the wheel.
Because even still,
you
it's
know,
like, it's like,
you can't reach over to get your license, your registration for that, because they may think you're pulling out a gun, even though you may not have a gun. Or if you warn them, you let them know you have a gun, they'll still shoot you.
Yeah.
Because they're in danger for their life. So,
or they feel like they're in danger.
yeah, that's
they
what I'm saying.
feel like
they feel like they're in danger for their life. So they feel like you're a threat because of the color of your skin, and because racism is something that's taught.
Yeah.
It's taught in the homes. And because silent conversations are still loud conversations that happen in the world.
Right.
That's the issue. So many times we like to gloss over, oh, slavery was just 400 years ago. Oh, segregation was just 250 years ago. Oh, Jim Crow was within that time, like 100 years ago. I might get the years wrong, but like, these things happen.
Right.
And it's almost like they tell us, oh, you just got to get over it. I mean, you know, you got, for all we know, you know, Barack Obama, he's a black president. You know, we got other, I'm like, that's great for them, but it's like, for us as a community, we're still oppressed by some of these laws. Although, you know, some of these things are put in place to where it was promoting one race over the next. Although those letters aren't there, the residue of it is still affecting us now. And we're in 2020, and we're still talking about Black Lives Matter. That's the same as civil rights. It's like,
where's
just
the progression?
Civil. Just
where's the progression?
There's no progression because we want to gloss over these things.
And I think that it is good that it all came out now.
Yeah.
I hate the way that it had to come out.
And look how it came out though. During quarantine, while there was no sports, there were no TV shows. I mean, outside of Netflix, of course. But it was really like nobody was able to.
Thing.
Yeah, nothing else to distract us.
Like
we had to see that.
Exactly.
Now, granted, I hate that the life was taken away in the manner that it was, and then the fact that that cop and those cops felt comfortable applying pressure, but really for him to keep his knee on that man's neck, put his hand in his pocket, feeling like that's okay, he knew he felt protected.
And I think my issue is, or my question is, what can we do to really stop it?
Yeah.
What can we do to start applying pressure and start applying change? You know, I do agree. The protests have made a difference.
Yeah, they have.
Now the looting, I can't say that I agree with that, but the rioting, I can say that I have seen change happening because of the rioting.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it, but I have seen
it's
the reason.
I mean, but you got
the reason why it was needed.
It's tired.
You know, and I just feel like, you know, I just feel like there's more that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And like I said, all of us have a different role to play in this.
Right.
Some of us, like we're doing right now, are using our platforms, our podcasts, our channel, our music. We're using our platforms to bring about a message about this.
And I'm sorry to interject. I'm sorry. But I think one of the greatest platforms we can use is our families.
Yeah.
The house. And this goes for every race. For those who are outside of the black community and you want to know how you can bring change, teach this to your children so that when they come of age, they're aware of the systemic racism, if that may be the case when it goes on 10, 20 years from now. Like I said, I don't know how long this is going to last. You know what I'm saying? Like, my prayer is that hopefully that we can actually have a change of heart. But I do believe this is not only just a mental health issue, I do believe it's a heart issue as well.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, no, one of the greatest platforms, absolutely, yes, we're going to spread it through social media. It's a tool, but we can use it as a tool, but in our homes, we still have those same systematic thoughts that are suppressed when the camera's not on. So we can say things that's like, yeah, I'm for it, and then your life is totally opposite of what you're seeing on the actual platform that you're on. So I'm like, the best platform you can really do is in your homes, especially for those who are outside of the African American community. You're saying you want to help so much. That's how you can help. And I think
I was saying before, that is also one of the ways. But like, we also have writers. We have people who are actually doing the protests. We have people who are, you know, doing merchandise and documenting these things. There are just different lanes that we all have, different platforms that we all have that are making a difference. But I do believe that because we are crying out as one voice, change will happen.
Yeah. And like I said, like she was saying earlier, I think, you know, my heart really does go out for like those frontliners, those activists. Even when this, you know, life usually takes its course, and you know, right now this is at the peak of it. I would love for this to stay where it's at, to where we can see progressive change. But I do know that life does go on, and I'm not saying, like, you know, to say that from an insensitive standpoint, but I do realize we all have a place in this. And for those who are really called to this, I just want to say, like, you got our support, the frontliners, for those who are really backing up this Black Lives Matters, and like, you know, any activist that's really in the field, in the trenches, really doing the work, like hands in the mud. We support you, and we want to let you know that you have our support. And there's anything we can do, like, you need a platform, hey, we're here. We're here to spread awareness. We're here to get rid of this real disease that's been plaguing this country since the birth. So of this country. So that's what we all about right now. And I know we haven't posted a lot of videos because we really just, at this point, we couldn't really post anything because it was just too much. There was a lot going on right there, with all the stuff that's going on, plus the COVID-19. But that right there really tipped it off, and it's just like, enough is enough. And I'm like, I feel like we'll be doing you guys a disservice if you didn't know where our stance was at, and really speak up about it and say, like, hey, you know, racism is not cool. It's 2020. It's time for us to look at this from a different perspective now. So that's my stance. That's our stance. And
that's where we are with it. And like we said, any other time, in any other video, or even if you listen to our podcast, The Winfrey Affair, we always leave our contact information. If you guys just need somebody to talk to, if you just need somewhere to vent about the pressures that you're feeling during this time, we are here. You can contact us at thewinfreyaffair@gmail.com. And if you are somebody who wishes to be able to spread your voice, or even, you know, let your voice be heard, like I said, we are here. So again, it is thewinfreyaffair@gmail.com. And we just really wanted to just spread our awareness. I mean, I know we did our podcast, Being Black in America, but we know that we didn't do anything officially on YouTube. So we decided to come on here and just share. Like I said, we send our full support with the Black Lives Matter, and that's just where we are.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.